Hello and welcome to this St. Vincent College tutorial video. This video will provide step-by-step instructions on completing paperwork and general information in our student-athlete database. If you have any additional questions, reach out to your coach. First, we're going to go over how to request to join sportswear. This initial process, creating a sportswear account, is only necessary once. So after you complete these first steps, the account will be set up and available to update as needed, up until you graduate or leave the team. Throughout the year, if you have a change in address, your insurance, or any information, this is where you can notify us of those updates. Keep in mind there are additional forms to complete for each year, and not filling these out will hinder your ability to participate in athletics. To create an account and get access to your paperwork, you first have to be accepted into the system by one of our staff. To do so, go to www.swol123.net and click on the Join Sportswear button at the bottom right of the page. You will be taken to this page and asked to enter the school ID. The school ID is SVC, and it is not your personal St. Vincent student ID number. Enter the SVC and click Next. Fill out the following information and make sure to use your St. Vincent email address, the @stvincent.edu. If you do not yet have your St. Vincent email address, just be sure to remember what email address you used, as you will continue to use that email address each year to log on. Select the group as St. Vincent College. Click Next when you're done. Confirm all information is correct. This notification will pop up and athletic trainer will receive a separate notification that you've requested to join. It may take a few days for you to be added to the system, so please be patient. When that happens, you will receive an email at the address you provided with the link to set up a new password. Use that link to access this page and create a new password. Then log on. You may then begin filling out your forms right away. The main page of your portal will look like this. It is the athlete portal page. The My Info tab on the left side, the number of forms and the notices and handbooks in the middle are the sections that you will need to complete. The first part we're going to look at is the My Info tab. This opens your general contact, insurance, and other information that will need to be updated annually. Any section with a red required must be completed as thoroughly as you can. This section also allows you to update your password. Just remember to click Save when finished to update that information or move on to the next section. One important step here is entering your sport. Find your sport in the drop-down options, and this will add you to your athletic trainer's official roster. Be sure that Sport 1 is the first sport you will compete in at SVC, and if you have a second or third sport, those follow in consecutive order. Next is the Address tab. Again, be sure to fill out this information accurately and completely. On the left, you will notice this is your primary address. This address is where you live when you are not taking classes at St. Vincent. More than likely, this is your home address. On the right-hand side is a secondary address. This is the address where you live while you attend classes at St. Vincent. If you live on campus, this will be your mailbox number and the college address. If you're a commuter from, let's say, a downtown Latrobe apartment while attending classes, then it would be the apartment number and Latrobe address. Next is the emergency section. Here you will enter the contact information of a parent or guardian or someone you would wish for us to contact in the case of an emergency. 2 people are required. Note that the primary contact is the one on the left side. On the right is the secondary contact and is the person we would call if the primary contact is not available. Next, in the Insurance tab. This information needs to be filled out accurately and completely. You can find most of the information on the front and back of your insurance card. Keep in mind that the policyholder section refers only to the person who the insurance is through. So it may be a parent or guardian. Enter that person's contact information and birth date. Member ID may be their employer ID or simply the policy number. Refer to the actual card. Policy information can also be found on your insurance website. Some policies may have a group number, others may not. Lastly, we will need a clear copy of the front and back of your insurance card. You can upload a picture or scan yourself here. Find the saved picture or scan on your computer. Click Add to the front side of the card. And repeat the same process for the back of the insurance card. If you have secondary insurance, you can fill that out on the right-hand side. Just remember that any section with the red required needs to be completed. Be sure when you upload your insurance card, it is not blurry, portions of it are not covered, and the card, it's not distorted. We need clear-cut pictures of the card to be able to read all information. You may be able to visit your insurance company's website for explanation of the information on the card. Last is the Medical tab. This one alerts us of any allergies, medical conditions, and prescription medications that we need to know about. You can select from the drop-down menu or type it directly if you don't see it here. Again, you can't leave these blank. So type NA if you have no medical conditions or health concerns. Enter the date of any immunizations that you may have. To enter any prescription drugs, you can select from the drop-down menu or type in yourself. Just remember to click Add button so that it appears in the box below. If it does not show in the Notes section, it will not save into the system. And that's it for the My Info section. You do not need to complete the paperwork tab as this is mainly for your coach. Always click Save to update your progress. After clicking Save, if you have information showing up in this box, it means that you missed important information. Please go back and complete these fields. Now back to the main athlete portal page, and you can click on Forms. Click the highlighted number. This will take you to the required paperwork. Here you will find each individual form you are assigned. Incoming and returning athletes are assigned separate paperwork, so be sure to read G and H carefully. When you complete a form and submit it, it will show up here. Click on Select and Open. First, looking at the physical form, Form F. This was also emailed to you by your coach in late May. This is the only form that will need to be printed, then taken to your physician's office to be completed when you have a physical examination. This examination must be completed by a physician, PA, or nurse practitioner. A few things to keep in mind when you get this form back. Be sure that A, B, or C are circled under the Athlete Participation Clearance section. Also make sure it is signed, and all the information for the physician's office is completed at the bottom. The actual examination must take place after June 1st of 2023. The completed form must then be uploaded to the Sportswear website. After saving a picture or scan of your completed form, log in and proceed to your Forms page. Click the Add button on the right-hand side. Find the Save item. Name it with your name, Form F, and the month and year of your physical. Once it is uploaded, it will show here. This same uploading process must be done with a copy of your sickle cell trait testing. As of last year, the NCAA requires all new athletes to complete a sickle cell trait test prior to participation in athletics. Visit the Department of Health website for your state or contact your physician's office for ways to get tested. Also check with your insurance for coverage prior to testing. Continue to work your way through all the forms that are required by you. Taking a look at Form A. Most forms are in a viewable PDF format. Any fields that are pink must be completed. At the bottom of Form A, and Form A only, if you are 18 or older, a parent must still sign the bottom of this form, along with yourself. This is due to the insurance information provided on this form. All forms will ask you for a signature. There is a statement present that these signatures may be typed. Type your name and date. And for Form A, a parent must type their name and date as well. And when you believe all the information is correct, go ahead and click Save and Submit. You can always save a form and continue later. But remember that when you save and submit, you cannot go back to make any more edits. When you click Save and Submit, you will be asked for an electronic signature to verify that the information you provided is true and complete to the best of your knowledge. Enter your first name, middle initial, and last name. Slide the box to acknowledge. Click Submit and OK. You will receive a pop-up stating that some information is missing to go back and correct, or you will receive a message stating that your form has been saved. Continue to work your way through the remaining forms. Athletes 17 years or younger are required to have a parent or guardian sign and date at the bottom of a number of forms. Also, some forms may be 2 pages, so be sure you check to see if there's additional pages with each form. Remembering that new athletes do not have to complete Form G, as this is for returning athletes only. At the bottom of Form H, you will find a checklist to make sure you have completed all the materials. Double check that all the information is submitted. All of this information and paperwork is required to be completed by July 16th. Without it, you will not be allowed to participate in any team-related activities and possibly not permitted to show for preseason camp. One last form that you will see on your attachment page is the Signature Form 2023 to 2024 Drug Education and Testing Policy. As an athlete at St. Vincent College, you are subject to drug testing. Each year you will be required to review the drug testing policy and sign the form that you understand and are acknowledge the policy that drug testing may occur. This policy can be found on the athlete portal in the middle of the page. Please open it, review it, print it out for future reference if needed. Also in this section, you will find the NCAA medical exemption form for ADHD or ADD medication. If you are currently taking medication for either of these conditions, you need to print out this form and take it to the physician that is prescribing that medication to complete. This form can also be uploaded to your attachment page. When everything is complete, you can notify your coach. Thank you, and welcome to St. Vincent. Once a Bearcat, always a Bearcat.